So today was hog culling day. And we decided to do it ourselves this time because the first hog that we butchered, we took it to a butcher, and I thought we were pretty specific about some things. Like, we wanted a bunch of it ground. I wanted bone-in chops, and I wanted them really thick, and they still didn't do the chops thick enough. The ground pork was not fatty enough. Like, it was too lean. I personally think it was too coarse of a grind. I think it needed to be a finer grind. But, so anyway, we just decided to do it all ourselves. So Bill was out today. He went and he shot her, gutted her, and skinned her, and hung her up with the tractor. And then tomorrow we will have her, and we will butcher her into cuts. And so we're going to do that ourselves. We had to get a bone saw. He got a grinder. We got like a good knife, like a skinning knife, not an expensive one, but just one that was durable. Oh, sorry y'all, it's Friday. It's been a long week. But, I had this thought today of like, because I was inside, I had to work today, and so I was inside when he was outside. He's like, I'm gonna go cull her and basically shoot her, and and then get that done so I can get her hung up today, because it's supposed to get down to 19 tonight, which is a little bit cold. You want the meat cold and stiff, but you don't want it like frozen hard, because then obviously it's going to be such a pain in the butt to try to get into cuts and things like that. But so I heard the shot, and I went to the window to look, and you kind of see them like thrashing and stuff, and it kind of like got me a little bit. I wasn't expecting that. We raise meat birds, and we have been raising these pigs with the intention of either breeding her, or we knew like we were going to turn her into meat. And when she's gone through 2 breeding months now and has not gotten pregnant, so we said, okay, like, it's time. She's huge. She's probably almost 500 pounds on hoof. I'm guessing meat wise, we'll probably end up getting like over 100 pounds of meat, but I don't know how much yet. So but anyway, like, it got me a little bit. Like, it was kind of sad, and I think that's good, actually. I was thinking about that, and I was like, we follow really, really humane practices of raising, and they have their own paddock, to forage, and they're pigs, so they very quickly turn it all into mud. But it's not like they're pent up in a small area. They have a good area to roam their whole life, and so it's hard in that sense to think like this was an animal on our farm that we went out and we saw every day, and she had a personality, right? And that's really, really hard. But again, I mean, we raise animals for meat. We raise that meat so that we know exactly what goes into that meat. We know that it's really, really clean. And they just, same with the meat birds, they have a good life. They have one bad day, and that's it. So tomorrow is butcher day. It's going to be a long one because she is a humongous hog, and everything that we will do cuts, and we will vacuum seal in packages like we would eat. So it's like, if I'm gonna fix pork chops for dinner, and it's a good sized pork chop, between 3 people at the dinner table, I would typically fix 2 large chops, and that would be enough. We'll be doing bacon. We're gonna cure some hams and do some other stuff, so I'll post more on that later. But today was cold day, and not always the easiest, but definitely excited to have pork back in the freezer, because it has been a minute, y'all. I think we used up the last of the ground pork we had the other day, and I'm looking forward to being able to do breakfast sausage and and pork chops, and like pork roast and stuff like that. So